I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm disappointed, I'm disgusted by the people that defended him. Because that's what got us here.
JAMorant in this place, there was, reportedly an incident in the summer where he punched a teenager after playing basketball at his house.
Because what's going to happen now? Nike going to pull that shoe? Is Powerade going to pull that drink? I know in my house I told Matthew, you can't have the shoe.
JAMorant was supposed to be the future of the NBA. Explosive, unstoppable, the next face of the league. But instead, he's become one of its biggest controversies. A player drowning in bad decisions, reckless behavior, and self-inflicted damage. So how did JAMorant go from rising superstar to the NBA's biggest problem? It all started in March 2023. JAMorant was on top of the world, an all-star, a max contract player, and one of the most exciting young stars in the NBA. But then, he went on Instagram Live at a strip club, holding a gun. The league came down hard. Morant apologized, said he would do better, and just 2 months later, he did the exact same thing. Another Instagram Live, another gun, another career-damaging mistake. This wasn't just a one-time mistake. This was a pattern, and the NBA wasn't playing games anymore.
Don't have those people in those world, and that's where JAMorant has to make that decision himself. So punishment is always going to be accountable.
The NBA isn't just worried about JAMorant. They're worried about their image. The league has worked hard to separate itself from the bad boy reputation of the early 2000s. They don't want another Gilbert Arenas situation, another player flashing weapons and causing problems. But let's rewind to something even more shocking. Months before the gun incidents, Ja was already in trouble. A 17-year-old accused him of punching him multiple times during a pickup game, and then allegedly came back out with a gun tucked in his waistband. Now, Ja claimed it was self-defense, but the damage was already done.
I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm disappointed, I'm disgusted by the people that defended him. Because that's what got us here.
His image was cracking, and this wouldn't be the last time he was accused of violent behavior. JAMorant's off-court controversies have had a noticeable impact on his playing style and scoring ability.
Incredibly disappointed, disgusted, wondering what the hell is wrong with him. And it really comes down to that. This is a man that is universally recognized in NBA circles as being a highly intelligent individual. This is stupidity.
His multiple suspensions, particularly the 25-game suspension at the start of the 2023-24 season, Morant now faces increased defensive pressure from opponents who see his off-court distractions as an opportunity to exploit weaknesses in his game. Defenses have adjusted by forcing him into tougher shots, applying double teams more frequently, and challenging him at the rim more aggressively.
Board. Out of the basket this time and flushes it. Pocket pick by Morant. Behind the back.
Beyond his individual performance, Morant's leadership role within the Memphis Grizzlies has also been affected. Before these controversies, he was the clear face of the team, their leader in both playmaking and scoring. However, with his reputation damaged, the team has had to adjust its strategy, sometimes shifting ball handling responsibilities to other players. That same year, JAMorant and his crew were involved in another incident. This time, at a Memphis mall. Allegedly, after getting into an argument, Ja and his friends threatened a security guard. Reportedly, Ja told the man, "Let me find out what time you get off." At this point, people weren't just questioning Morant's decision-making, they were questioning the people around him, his circle, his influences, and it only got worse from there.
You're in a billion-dollar corporation now. You can't do that. There's an unwritten law. You can't do that. Right? You can't do it. And not only that, you got kids looking up to you, brother. Kids want to be like you.
JAMorant's downfall didn't just affect him, it shook the entire NBA. The league became stricter with how players use social media, making it clear that any reckless behavior would be met with severe consequences.
State-to-state laws are different. The NBA is a private industry. They don't want to see that.
Yeah.
They're not tolerating that. You're compromising their bottom line when you find yourself in those kind of situations.
Other players now face tighter restrictions, more scrutiny, and less freedom to express themselves. The league doesn't want another JAMorant situation, so they're watching players closer than ever. JAMorant's off-court controversies have also had a significant impact on his endorsement deals, most notably his contract with Nike. Initially, Nike stood by Morant even after his first gun-related incident in March 2023, releasing his signature shoe, the J1, and promoting him as a key figure in their basketball lineup. However, after his second gun video surfaced in May 2023, the situation changed drastically.
Now, Nike gonna pull that shoe? Is Powerade gonna pull that drink? I know in my house, I told Matthew, you can't have the shoe. I'm not buying that shoe. You're not buying that shoe. Our money as a family is not going towards that. And by the way,
Nike quietly pulled his J1 sneakers from their website and major retailers, signaling a shift in their support. While they didn't officially drop him as they did with Kyrie Irving, their actions showed a loss of confidence in Morant's ability to represent their brand positively. This controversy cost Morant millions of dollars in potential earnings and damaged his marketability. Companies are hesitant to associate with athletes whose behavior could reflect poorly on their image, and Morant's repeated missteps made him a liability rather than an asset. Although he still technically holds a contract with Nike, his future as a leading face of the brand is uncertain, and it will take significant effort on his part to regain their trust. Another damaging effect of Ja's actions is the reinforcement of negative stereotypes. The NBA has spent years moving past the old narratives of players being reckless or immature, but Ja's behavior has brought those stereotypes back. Now, young black players, especially those from tough backgrounds, are unfairly judged because of one man's poor decisions. JAMorant had it all: a 5-year, $197 million contract, multi-million-dollar endorsement deals, and a growing reputation as one of the best guards in the league. But his own poor choices led to an unstoppable downfall. After his suspensions, sponsors started pulling out. Powerade, which had featured him in their biggest campaign, cut ties with him. Nike, which had launched his signature shoe line, distanced itself from him. His actions cost him nearly $50 million in potential earnings. Beyond the money, Ja lost something even more valuable: trust and credibility. The Memphis Grizzlies, once fully committed to building their team around him, began questioning his leadership. His teammates, who once admired him, were forced to answer for his mistakes. His coach, front office, and even fellow players tried to warn him, but Ja didn't listen. He let his off-court behavior overshadow his talent, and now, instead of being known as a dominant NBA player, he's known as one of the most controversial figures in basketball. Perhaps the most devastating impact is on young fans and rising athletes who looked up to Ja as a role model. Kids admired him, they wanted to be like him, but instead of leading by example, he made bad choices look acceptable. If J, a multimillionaire NBA star, can throw away opportunities like this, what message does that send to the next generation? JAMorant has been given multiple chances to fix his image, but time is running out. He claims to have learned from his mistakes, but actions speak louder than words. The NBA has welcomed him back, but if he slips up again, his career might never recover. The question now is, does JAMorant have the discipline to turn things around, or has he already thrown away his shot at greatness?